Alan, Wasalan, you with the nasty pastor, and I'm back with another chapter read from Ramses, Volume 1, Series 1, The Son of Light. Look, right now we're on, what is this? Chapter 12. And it's been, it's been jive. You got what I'm saying? It's been educational. It shows me that this man, this ruler, my ancestor, it was a strong-willed man. You got what I'm saying? Very strong-willed. Not scared. You feel what I'm saying? Will go up against anyone and will ask questions. You got what I'm saying? That's one thing I like about him. You know what I mean? Even as a kid, being molded to be a pharaoh, still had questions. You feel what I'm saying? Still didn't sit there and just let people tell him anything. You get what I'm saying? But let's get into this chapter. Read, and I'm looking at maybe 2 or 3 more parts of chapter 12. Yeah, this chapter 12. Yeah, chapter 12. I believe it would be 3 more parts of this. Yeah, probably 3 more parts of this. But let's dive in. Let's get out of chapter 12. Not as quick, but quick and educationally possible. Ramses had no desire to live as a courtier. Caught up in comfortable habits, Shannon would be much better playing that part. His mind at ease, Ramses slept on the ship's bridge, lost in the stars. Now, I will say that, you know what I mean? Did you peep? He's too good for that. He feel he's too good for that, and I get it. I get it, because see, as parents, we mold our children to be better than others. Not that they're better than others, but to strive to be better than others. And it does, the understanding is confusing because you're really not explaining it in depth to a child. You see what, and when I say in depth, I ain't talking about, you can't hear it. You get what I'm saying? I'm talking about the concrete, the root of you get what I'm saying, being better than others. You know what I mean? That don't mean you have that I forgot what they call it, that oomph about you, where you feel that you look better than people, you got more than people, you're not humble. You feel what I'm saying? Being better than others is basically, we both could have the same financial status. We both could have the same beautiful woman. We both could own the same material items. And I'm talking about identically the same. Year, amount of bedrooms, amount of kids, the wife, they look the same. You got what I'm saying? But if you're not humble, you get what I'm saying? You're not humble. You're not giving. Then you're not being better than the person that's not doing those things. You see what I'm saying? Not being humble, not helping people. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't no better. So when you get in depth of explaining to a child, be better than those you get what I'm saying? Be better. That deals with your characteristics. That deals with your relationship with whom you pray to. Come on, let's get in this. The previous day had been a productive one, but now the quarry was unnaturally quiet. Usually the men began work in the cool of daybreak. Where were the unit leaders? Why weren't they calling the roll? Yielding to the quarry's magic, the prince explored the silent walkways between gray slabs of sandstone. By now, they were imprinted in his mind. This landscape will remain with him forever. He was deep in thought when he heard the ring of hammers navigating the maze. Ramses watched for marks identifying the various units' territory. He was eager to turn in his scribe's kit, pick up a mallet, live with these hard-working men, share their ups and downs, forget that he ever belonged to the idle rich. Now you see another part of him, right? For him to have a wealthy background, he get in the dirt with you. You feel what I'm saying? And that's being a leader. That's how I've always viewed things. You know what I mean? You're only as good as your leader is. If your leader, your captain, your general, your POTUS is asking you to walk through fire with gasoline draws on, then you're supposed to be the example first. You don't send me. You get what I'm saying? You be the example first. That way I'll follow you anywhere. You get what I'm saying? I do what? Look, yeah, I'll follow you anywhere. You get what I'm saying? That's just like, if we look at the now, that's just like you around your little buddies. You feel what I'm saying? And some go down, y'all busting y'all gun, but your little buddy ain't busting his. Your little buddy just looking at y'all busting gun, right? So do y'all little buddy really got y'all? I don't think he got you. Because if that would have ever happened to me that night, that would have been my last night around you. Ain't no explanation. That just would have been my last night. And 9 times out of 10, the BS probably come from your little buddy. He done started some mess somewhere up. For real, for real. Let's dive on back in. At the far end of the quarry, carved in the rock was a chapel. To the left of the doorway stood a stela, an inscribed stone tablet. This one offered a prayer to the rising sun. Before it stood, Pharaoh Seti, arms raised, palms open, celebrating the rebirth of the light just beginning to bathe the quarry. Now you understand why, I'm going to be honest, I ain't going no further because this going to take a minute. You got what I'm saying? It is. Because it's going to take us back to when I first started talking about this culture. When I first started giving an understanding of, what a God is, what a goddess is. And you know what I mean? Did you hear what was just said? There's a prayer that goes out to the sun for rising. You understand me? They worship the sun. They prayed to the sun. You understand me? Because see, they didn't have electricity back then. And electricity was available, but we didn't go that far into technology to even have it going back then. You get what I'm saying? To even make it possible. We didn't have that knowledge to make it possible, but you see where history has took us. You see what evolution has taken us, right? Cool. You know what I mean? So when I tell you the first lie that was told on this rock, it was told by the devil, it was told by Satan, it was told by Lucifer, it was told by Amun-Ra, Amun-Ra, that I am the God of that light, that energy, that source of energy. You understand me? Do you understand me? Whom we pray to the demiurge through that out. That was a part of the demiurge that was thrown out into the universe. You see these rocks, all these planets around us? That was another part, Earth, that was threw out from the demiurge. You get what I'm saying? You see your air, your atmosphere, your H2O, your oxygen, that was threw out from the demiurge. You understand what I'm saying? That water, these rivers, the evaporation, you get what I'm saying? All that stuff, water was threw out from the demiurge. You understand me? You understand me? Only thing Amun-Ra and Amun-Ra have done upon this rock is ask for companionship. And through companionship, there has been studies. Through companionship, there has been lies told. Through companionship, there has been a lot of confusion that has trickled down from generation to generation to generation to generation to generation. So I say this to you once again, you know what I mean? Back in those days of Kemet, back before Christ in the early times, I'm gonna take the most simplest thing. If you could master playing hopscotch, you was a god of hopscotch. They had a prayer for you. They had a worship day for you. You understand me? That's what being a god is. That's what being a goddess is. Figuring out what is your greatest strength. You understand me? Figuring out your greatest strength. We are made in the image of whom we pray to. So don't never let nobody tell you what you're not. You get me? What you're not. You are a God. You are a goddess. I don't care whom you pray to. I don't care what culture you're in. Even a Muslim is a god. You understand me? They even look at themselves as gods. Gods. You understand me? I've never heard the women say they're goddesses, but they both go together, right? If the men are gods, then the women got to be goddesses, right? I rest my case. And see, there's a lot of stuff about Islam that let me say this the right way. There's a lot of stuff about women that are in Islam you're never going to hear about. You're never going to hear them speak about how you are supposed to really approach them, how you are to speak to them, how you are to treat them. You ain't gonna never figure that out. You just not. You got what I'm saying? That culture, and most majority of all these cultures before Christ's time, women were seen, never heard. You get what I'm saying? They were seen. That's it. All you do is going to see her. You're never going to talk to this woman. You get what I'm saying? This woman has no place, no right to speak of politics. You get what I'm saying? They speak of politics behind closed doors, especially how it was explained in Islam. They speak of politics behind closed doors and get the men to be the voice in the face of their laws, of their direction. You get it? So when I tell you there are things in Islam you just not gonna find out about a woman unless you are a woman in Islam. Now let's get back to this culture that I'm in, this Kemetic culture I'm in. Yes, it was the same way. You get what I'm saying? But then when you look at the women that became pharaohs, that became queens, that had no choice but to rule, but to govern Africa, come on, man. It spoke a lot. It spoke volumes about women. You get what I'm saying? Volumes. Women have not just gotten smart in the now. Women been smart, been educated. You get me? You understand me? Then there are things about a woman in time of need, in time of a scarce moment. They don't think quick enough. They don't have all the right judgments. They don't have all the right answers. You understand what I'm saying? And going to Gail, going to Michelle, going to Janet, Joe, a missile would have been already hit us. You feel what I'm saying? 100,000 troops will be dead. You get what I'm saying? Because you can't make the right decision to move in. You get what I'm saying now? Don't get me wrong. I'm never against a woman. I'm never against a woman. I'm against stupidity. That's what I'm against. And stupidity can lie in what? Any form of creation. It could be in a dog. It can be in a cat. It can be in an ant, a mouse, a rat. Any creature that was created by the demiurge, ignorance can lay in you. You get it? And that's what I'm against. So I say this to you once again, you know what I mean? Know what a God is. Know what a goddess is. And most of all, know why you explain to yourself and you explain to the world you are a God. You are a goddess. You get me? You may be brilliant at reading. You may be brilliant at processing. You may be brilliant at being a speaker. You feel what I'm saying? You may be brilliant at motivating people. You get it now? You get it? Yeah, you are supposed to, when you know what your greatness is, you are to motivate others off your greatness. You get it? My strength, I got a lot of faith in me. You get what I'm saying? A lot of faith in me. I believe a lot is possible. A lot is possible. And that what I build my life on, my strength on, is my faith. And knowing that whom I pray to didn't bring me this far to drop me off right here. No. There's chapters, there's books that I'm forging in my life. It ain't over. It's not done. Look, in the way, as I said, you know what I mean? This was another chapter read. from Ramses, Volume 1, Series 1, The Son of Light. And I hope this has really helped along the way of me giving you an understanding who I've processed of being the physical form of Satan, of Amun-Ra, of the devil, of Lucifer on this rock we live on. I hope I've explained it. Did what I've just read, you get what I'm saying? What I've just read to you really explains something, right? Right? Okay. Look, you've been with the nasty pastor. I'm out.